Let me check, make sure we're rolling good. Looks like we are. Hello everyone. Welcome to Golf Cart Garage. I am Tim. I work for Golf Cart Garage, as you can see. We come here every week to discuss golf cart topics. Believe it or not, we come here twice a week. And sometimes we talk about the weather. We got people in the room already. Hello everyone. Greg Elliott, thank you for coming by. Kurt, what's up, Kurt? Ricky Smith, beautiful in North Carolina. Rock Dog, what's up, man? 82, sunny in South Georgia. Kevin Fry. Sorry I missed the past few live shows. No problem, Kevin. I know everybody can't be here all the time. We're on here quite a bit, but that's fine. I'm glad you're here today. 79 is sunny in Athens. Calvin Michaels wants to know how do you ask a question. You can just ask a question right now, Calvin. We are live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. You're welcome to ask a question. And if too many things happen in the chat, somebody in the room will remind me. I can assure you. I'll do my best. If maybe I might not know it, but somebody in the room may know something about your question. Let me check Facebook and make sure that we're here. Yep, we're good. Everything's on Facebook too. Yep, we're rolling. Had some internet problems earlier this week. Hopefully they will not plague me today. This is Tuesday, September 19th. If you're watching us on 12 noon Central Time right now, and it's Tuesday, September 19th, you're watching us live. So anything can happen. Like I said, I am Tim. I'm a member of the Gearheads on Demand service that we offer at Golf Cart Garage. That is a service where you can set up an appointment, and I will talk to you personally. There's a link in the description, and I will give you a call at whatever time you pick. That link will take you to the scheduling page, and I'll give you a call at that time, whatever you pick, and we can talk about your golf cart issue. I might be able to help you. Let me run the social media links also. Besides Facebook and YouTube, you can follow us on other platforms if you would like. TikTok and Instagram, there's the links. I'm running those right now. Okay, well, I will get started with the regular questions, and I'm sure we'll have some more show up in the live. So let's get started since the garage is now open. Question number 1. This is from Tristan. If I put 3 Trojan batteries and 3 US batteries in my cart, would that work? I was told by someone that they wouldn't work together. I don't know why somebody would have told you that. They will work together. Now, it would be best if the amp hour rating was the same. In other words, the 225 amp hour or whatever the Trojans are in the US batteries. It'd be best if that was the same. That would be the best case scenario. Well, the best case scenario is if they're all the same brand and everything. But if you can't do all the same brand, then at least get the amp hours the same. Craig, what's up, Craig? Question number 2, let me check over here real quick. No, we're still good there. Question number 2. 2012 club car. Is a 2012 club car compatible with an ERIC charger, and what is the advantage of an ERC charging system? Easy Mike says same brand and bought at the same time. Yeah, that would be the best case scenario. Same brand, same age. Yeah, that'd be the best case scenario with batteries. Now, but his question was, would it work? And the answer is actually yes, it will work, but it's just not the best case scenario for sure. Compatible with a 2012 compatible with an ERIC charger, and what is the advantage of an ERIC charging system? The answer to that question is no. The 2012 is not compatible with the 𝗂𝗃𝗃 charger, and the reason is because the 2012 has an onboard computer. The 𝗂𝗃𝗃 chargers are the chargers that Club Car came out with in 2013 or 2014 when they did away with the onboard computer. Those are only for Club Cars that have 𝗂𝗃𝗃 charger is for 2014 and newer Club Cars. That's the answer to the question. It's a solid state charger, and there's no onboard computer involved. So there's not really an advantage or a disadvantage to it. It's just a newer system what the Club Car came out with. But the answer is no. It's not going to work on a 2012 unless you have the onboard computer on the 2012 electronically bypassed. Then it would work. Number 3. My car takes a while, 10 seconds or so, to get going when you press on the gas. Any idea what that might be? I'm getting a tune-up kit, but I'm wondering if it could be the solenoid or something causing that. Okay, since you're saying a tune-up kit, I'm going to assume we're talking about a gas cart. So the same thing that I always say on a gas cart when people say there's a hesitation before it cranks. Lift the seat and see if there really is a hesitation. In other words, lift the seat, touch the accelerator pedal, and watch your starter generator and see if it actually is a hesitation, or is it trying to go, it's just not going. That would answer a few questions, and we could be in the same ballpark there. Number 4. Trying to figure out why the resistor coils on my cart are getting so hot all of a sudden. Can you provide some insight? Let me, okay, if you have a resistor cart, I don't think your resistor coils are getting so hot all of a sudden. I think you just now noticed it because that's what they do. They're designed to get hot. They get really hot. They get red hot sometimes. If you run the cart real hard or ride around slow for a long period of time, they will actually start glowing red. I mean, they get that hot. You can, in a resistor cart, you can set a grass field on fire. You know, if you've been riding around in your cart and you run through some tall, dry grass, you can definitely set some grass on fire. So that's why they did away with that system. It's an inefficient system. It's a bulletproof system. It works really well, but it's inefficient compared to the modern solid state golf carts of today. So that is most likely normal, what you're asking me. You might have just now noticed it, or you did something different in your car that day. Because if you ride around wide open on a resistor cart, they won't get hot. It's mainly riding slow that they're gonna get heated up. Keith, hey Tim, Keith and Chris checking in from Nashville. Thank you, Keith. Thank you for being here. All right, Calvin, you got your question asked. 2010 EasyGo TXT48. I used the Summit 2 charger off board. When I look into the history for a charge cycle, I see missing temp probe, false and temperature 0 all the time. Is that normal? I would say that's probably normal unless you've got something extra like a temp probe hooked up or something. I've never had that question before from any of the customers, so it must be something that is available in the Summit that you might not have. Most people don't worry about that. If everything is working fine there, Calvin, I wouldn't worry with it, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Temperature 0 all the time. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Unless you actually added some kind of temp probe and really need that information. Stephen Kuhn, checking in from Pensacola, Florida. Sunshine and 87. That sounds pretty good. We finally got some nicer weather here in the last few days. It's really nice outside. Really nice. They got nice breeze, probably in the low 80s. Water temperature is a little bit too cold to swim almost, but I'm kind of looking forward to it because, man, it's been hot, and so these cooler temps are kind of neat. Craig says, if I leave the key switch in the forward position all night with it plugged into the charger, does that change anything? If everything else is working correctly, Craig, then no, it shouldn't change anything. Shouldn't change anything, because your electrical system is not supposed to be activated until you touch the accelerator pedal and it clicks the solenoid. That's when everything is activated. Where you got the key shouldn't matter until you touch the accelerator pedal. Lloyd Lou's tuning in from cool, sunny Florida. What's up, Lloyd Lou? 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗲𝘀𝗁. Hey, Tim. Hey, Larry. How's it going? Calvin Michael says, in an insulated, unheated garage where the temperature inside is usually between 10 and 25 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter, how should I maintain my batteries with this charger in the winter? What charger did you have? Okay, you got a Summit. Well, a Summit, Calvin, is specifically designed for that type of application. So you don't have to do anything. You can just leave it plugged in. A Summit goes into storage mode at one point and will monitor your battery pack voltage. I mean, it's not putting out any. When it goes into storage mode, it's going to shut off. It's actually off, but it's just watching. And it's monitoring your battery pack voltage, because all batteries have a discharge rate. All batteries are going to discharge if you just leave them sit there unattended. And it's going to drop, and that Summit's watching it. And once it gets to a certain point, it's going to come back on. It's going to charge your battery pack back up for you. That's the storage mode function on the Summit. So you don't really have to do anything. That's one of the advantages of having the Summit. If you didn't have the Summit and you had your other charger, depending on what it did, depending on what charger you were using, some people would have to go out in their garage every couple of weeks or so, unplug their charger and plug it back in. But you don't have to do that with the Summit. Greg says, whatever y'all worked on, Tim, it's fixed today, and the regular questions are not blurry. Audio and video on my end is crisp and clear. Big thanks to the technicians. Well, you're quite welcome, Greg. I'm glad it's working good for you. William Moore on Facebook. What's going on, William Moore? Thank you for stopping by. We did do a little tweaking, Greg. There's some little things here and there we change every now and then. William Rizzo from the Villages, Florida. What's up, William? I'm still laughing at your joke, William, just so you'll know. Number 5 is where we are on the regular questions. I have an upgraded controller currently, but I'm interested in the Alltrax controller because I heard it can be programmed to help with the cart that is jerky. However, my cart goes pretty fast already. I'm wondering if the amps on the controller would affect the cart's speed or more just the torque. The amps on the controller are more about torque than speed. Okay. Now, depending on what cart you have and depending on what controller you're replacing, you may get an extra speed gain just because your controller's unlocked now and you have the ability to run it wide open, like some of the programmable carts. But as far as the amps that a controller has, that's more about torque than speed. Number 6, let me check Facebook before I go to number 6. Everything's good, it's rolling good over there. Looks like our internet's going to make it good today. I'm glad. Number 6 is from 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗲. I installed two 12-volt lights on my Precedent gas. I ran the lights from the battery through a fuse line to each of the lights. If the cart is still, the lights come on. As soon as I step on the gas, the lights go off. Any idea why? Well, the only thing that's different between when the cart is still and you step on the gas and crank it, the only thing that happens there, the only thing that's different is that battery starts charging. So are your lights like really voltage sensitive or something? Do they have a certain range that they need to go into? Because your battery goes from a resting voltage of 12 point something and your lights seem to be working fine. You step on the gas and they immediately start charging. They could jump up to 14 point something volts, or maybe even more. Maybe you should check that. Check and see how far your battery's jumping up to in voltage, and that might explain why your lights are going out, because the voltage could be going out of range or something, because there's nothing else is happening strange if you've got those lights hooked straight to your battery like you said. Kurt says, Tim, just purchased a new 55-inch TV and now you are huge. Yeah, I bet I am on a 55. Number 7. We're rolling along. Any suggestions on how to reduce motor noise, typical whining, or is it gear noise in a club car? Well, I don't know. You need to isolate it and figure out which one it is. Could be motor noise, could be gear noise. Check your gear oil. First of all, make sure you got some gear oil in there. If you do, if it's low or something, put a little more gear oil in it and see if that changes anything. If it does, then you might have it may be a bearing issue or a gear issue or something like that. If that doesn't change anything, it's probably motor. And the motor has one bearing in it, but you got bearings in that area of the motor. You got input shaft bearings, and then you got a motor bearing. Inside the motor itself, there's one bearing, and that bearing can cause a lot of different kinds of creepy noises. Usually it's a metal-to-metal grinding noise, but there's several bearings in there, and it's hard to isolate which area to go to. So the first thing I would do is change the amount of gear oil, see if that makes any difference. Kevin Galloway. What's up, Kevin? Hello, Tim. Thank you, sir. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for joining us here in the golf cart fanatic world that we live in, that we all live in. Number 8. I'm waiting for somebody to join that their cart is featured today. I haven't seen them yet. We have some photos of someone's cart that's a regular in the room. I was waiting for them to join, but I haven't seen them comment. So D-Max, are you in the room, brother? Number 8, I have a 2007 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗀. When I start it up and hit the gas, it acts like it's stick shift car where it won't get out of first gear, especially when it's going and drives fine. Any suggestions? Could it be the solenoid? That sounds like a repeat question. I almost remember that one. It seems like I've talked about that before, but if it's not, I'm assuming that we're talking about a gas cart. And what the deal would be there for sure is that you got a sticking clutch. I mean, one of your clutches is sticking. Either your drive clutch or your driven clutch is not spreading out. It's staying big. Or your drive clutch is not squeezing in. It's staying small. Because they do the opposite, and that's where you get the infinite gear ratios of the CVT transmission deal we got going on there. So anyway, you got a sticking clutch, so you need to crank it up in neutral, figure out how to put your car in neutral, crank it up and watch your clutches, and you should be able to see which one is sticking, not going all the way. Your drive clutch should squeeze in all the way, belt rides to the top as you rev up the cart. Your driven clutch spreads out, belt rides all the way to the bottom as you rev the cart up to RPMs. Number 9. This is from Robert W. I have a 2012 Yamaha Drive electric cart. When I step on the accelerator, the system shuts off, and then I have to switch from run to tow and back. Then if I step on it lightly on the accelerator, it will go, but if I press too hard, it'll shut back off. Any clue what that might be? I'm thinking throttle sensor. Well, my first question, which would always be my first question in that scenario, is, are your batteries good? Are you sure your batteries are good? You know, because a bad battery would do the same thing. It would do the exact same thing. If you step lightly, the cart may roll a little bit, but if you went in it too hard, shoom, it'd fall on its face. That could be a bad battery or a bad cell in one of the batteries chains. But it also could be the speed sensor. So my question would be about the batteries first, and if you're confident that your batteries aren't dropping out under load, or none of your batteries are dropping out under load, you know, it's not going to be all of them, it's just going to be one. It got to have all of them working for it to not happen. Then we'd probably be talking about the speed sensor after that. Ricky says to Kurt, that's just because his wife is back and feeding him again. That's right, Ricky. That's why I'm huge, is because she's back. Oh yeah, and Dino got his nails done. Yeah, he got his nails done, and I verified that he got fed quite a bit, you know, while she was out of town visiting, and went to the spa. And I was sitting around here. Number 10, this is going to be the last scheduled question. We are going to be right on time today as far as time goes. Let me check Facebook again there. All right, that's cool. '2007 Yamaha Drive. I replaced the tie rod ends and had some issue with the actual steering rod being bent, but I straightened it out myself. Now the back wheels are sticking out 1 3/4 inch farther than the front wheels, and it shimmies when I get up to a high speed. I got a 6-inch heavy-duty A-arm lift, but hasn't installed it. But I fear it will make my issue worse. Any suggestions on how to fix that? Would wheel spacers or the front end maybe, or would a lift potentially fix that issue? If you got an A-arm lift, then it could probably fix all your issues. It may fix all the issues that you described. And most likely what's going to happen after you put the A-arm on, most likely your front is going to be wider than the rear. That's generally what happens when you put a lift kit on a golf cart. A lot of people are surprised about that. But the front ends up being wider than the rear. And if you don't like that look, it's for stability purposes. Anytime you're going to raise a golf cart, lift kit companies want something to get wider. So it's easier for them to make the front wider than it is for the rear. The rear you could add spacers, but that would make their lift kit cost even more, so they don't include spacers. But you could change that if you wanted to. You could put spacers on the rear wheels. You can get spacers as little as 1 inch, 1-inch spacers on the rear wheels to put them out. But the front end's probably going to be wider anyway after you install your lift kit. So after you get it all done, get your camber and caster right if your A-arm lift has camber or caster adjustment. Get your toe in right, 1/8 inch toe in. If you're satisfied with the look, drive the cart. If you're satisfied with how it drives, leave it alone. But if you want to change things, you can. You can tweak things at that point. Kirk says, I don't know what she's feeding him, but he got huge. Late 80s, this is from Bruce. What's up, Bruce? Late 80s park cart gas. Late 80s, so we're talking about a 2-stroke, I'm assuming there, Bruce. When low-speed screws turned all the way in and still runs rich. Time for new carb, maybe. Yeah, if you're still running rich, either new carb, or if you can find smaller jet, if you can find a smaller jet for the, for that jet, which is very possible. I mean, I've played with those jet settings before in some older cars. You can make it run as lean as you would like. Be careful, don't go too lean. It's safer to run rich than it is to run lean. Craig says they're moving to their new house on Thursday. The house is only 100 yards away. I've been using the heck out of my 𝗪𝗃𝗲𝗀 and JD polycard. Cool. Yeah, that's funny you say that, because I've actually had a move like that. I've had a similar move like that. I've had to move on the same piece of property from one house to another. And I used my golf cart with a 5x10 utility trailer to move everything to the new house. And then the old house actually ended up getting torn down. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Ron Bush, do I leave charger on all the time on my 2011 club car? I get different answers from various folks. All right, Ron, tell me if your 2011 club car is a 48 volt car. And then I can answer your question. If your 2000, most likely it is. Most likely it is. I don't remember exactly when they stopped 36 volts, but I know they made them all the way up to 2004. You can still get a 36 volt car. Who thought a golf cart would be used as a moving van? That is correct. I've moved a lot of stuff with a golf cart. Okay, Ron, if your club car is a 2011 club car, what that means is that it has an onboard computer. All right? The onboard computer is the device that tells your charger what to do, but it does a lot of things that people don't even realize also. It has, mainly it keeps track of your battery pack and all kinds of things that are going in and out of your battery pack, the charging cycle and the exit cycle, the discharging cycle. It's keeping track of a lot of stuff that people don't realize. Also, it does have sort of a storage mode function. If everything is working correctly on your cart, if everything is working correctly, you plug your charger into your cart with your onboard computer, you walk away and you leave, all right? And nothing changes in your electricity at your property. In 14 days, the charger will come back on and charge your car, if everything is working correctly. That's way deep back into the back of the service manual somewhere on the onboard computer. But the bottom line is, hardly anybody does that, or hardly anybody worries about that. So it doesn't matter if you leave your charger on. To answer your question directly, do you leave it on all the time? Does it hurt anything? No, it doesn't hurt anything if you left it on all the time, because it shuts off. When it shuts off, it's not doing a trickle charge, and it's only going to come back on from 14 days to now from then, or if you unplug it and plug it back in, it's going to come back on. So it's not hurting anything. So it's up to you on how you want to handle your battery, your battery maintenance. Bruce says, yes, it's two-stroke. Yeah, you could think about trying to, find some smaller jets. Big Mike, what's up, Big Mike? Thank you for stopping by. What's up, Tim and GCG fam? Not a problem, Ron. Not a problem. Thank you for showing up today. You are welcome to come back anytime. You might find some of the things that we talk about here interesting. All right, the title of this episode was the ERIC charger thing, where I was talking about that those are designed for the newer club cars that do not have an onboard computer. An ERC charger is not an onboard computer controlled charger. The older ones before 2014 are onboard computer controlled chargers, like yours, Ron. You have an onboard computer controlled charger for that car. I will play the social media links another time, just so you can follow us on other platforms. Please like and subscribe on Facebook or YouTube if you haven't already, if you like this content. The more you like and subscribe, the more we keep it going and we keep coming back. And I still have a job, so of course I'd like for you to do that. If you are interested in a Golf Cart Garage hat, bam, look at there. There they are. There's some links in the description, some hot links that'll take you right to the hats if you're interested in buying a hat from Golf Cart Garage. You can take you straight to the color you want. If you would like to wait and take a chance on winning a hat, we do give a hat away and some little trinkets along with it. We give a bag of swag away here occasionally. I'll usually let you know a week or two in advance, but you know, before we do the giveaways, that way you can make sure and show up that day. We'll be doing that again soon. It's been a little while now. It's probably time to do another one, but I'll let you know next week when we're going to do it. Okay, also, here's the info to get in touch with Golf Cart Garage if you need to submit any suggestions or anything that you would like on products that you would like to see us carry. There is the link in the email address and the phone number, or you can just type it in the chat here. We'll get it either way. Tim, I got you on the big screen in the garage. I sent you an email of a picture. All right, cool. I'll check it out, Mike. Go hit like for our man, Tim. Thank you, Craig. I'll have to put myself on the big screen one day. My wife does that in the house, though. When she was visiting in Texas with Dino, they watched me on the big screen, I believe. Here is a coupon that you can use. Get 5% off any parts you order at golfcartgarage.com if you use this coupon code, which is TIM14 at checkout. This code expires on October the 6th, 2023. Get 5% off any parts you order at golfcartgarage.com. TIM14. There you go. All right. It don't look like D-Max is in the room. I called him. Let's see, on Facebook, got Benny Russell. Hello from Athens, Alabama. Hello, Benny Russell. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. There must be a city called Athens in every state. Every state I've been to, there's a city called Athens. I meant to let Dino make an appearance today. I actually forgot. He was supposed to. He was supposed to be here today. But I'll make sure that Dino makes an appearance Thursday, and we can all examine his nails and see if it was worth, you know, the pain and suffering that I went through in order for him to get his nails done. We'll check his nails and see if it was worth it, you know, for me or not. We'll do that Thursday. I'll make sure that he makes an appearance. All right, let's see some carts, because I don't have another cart, so we're gonna talk about D-Max's cart behind his back. I hate to do that, but I don't have any other carts in the OBS, you know, waiting to show. So here we go. Let's see some carts. This is D-Max. I know y'all probably seen him in here occasionally. He's been in the room pretty regular. Bam! There's D-Max's cart before and after pick. See, a long time ago, I remember these body kits. These old, that slant nose body kit, that was an old body kit from a long time ago. I mean, there's been body kits out for a number of years, but not as much as there are now. This is a before and after pick of his club car. It's about 22 miles an hour. He says it's got a D&D motor and a 350 amp controller in it. So that was the before pick with that old body kit, and then he put it kind of like back to stock here, but with some cool rims and some low profile tires. And he sent me a couple of pictures. That's just one of the ones that I wanted to use today. But yeah, he did it's a nice car, and apparently he's got a California plate on it. Apparently it's legal for him to drive it anywhere he wants to, because he's got a picture of it in a parking lot at the store. So it's a good looking car. It's a good looking car, and that's cool being able to drive it around to work or shopping or whatever you need. Craig wants to know, can we carry brass knuckles and machetes because he's in a golf cart gang? Sure. I'm sure we could arrange that. That might be some kind of accessory that we can start carrying. Some golf cart brass knuckles made out of a golf club metal or something. You know, it has to have some kind of golf connotation to it somewhere. Good looking ride, nice rig. All right, D-Max, I hated to talk about you behind your back, man, but I had to do it. Rich Eastman says it looks much better without the goofy custom body. I agree. I remember that, though. I remember that slant nose body. That was from a long time ago. I never did like it. Never did like that slant nose like that. Let me check over here on Facebook here. Looks like we're good. Greg says both versions are cool. All right. That is going to be it for today, guys. It looks like that was going to be it. This was Tuesday, September the 19th. It was episode 152, ERIC Charger title. That's a sweet pink DeLorean, yeah. Don't forget, my name is Tim, and I work for Golf Cart Garage. And if you would like to schedule a call with me, we offer that service called Gearheads on Demand. You go to golfcartgarage.com and scroll down to the bottom of the page, and there'll be a place to click, or you can click the link in the description. We'll take you to the scheduling page where you can schedule a phone call with me, and I'll decide if it needs to be switched to a video. If it's something I think I need to see in order to help you solve your problem, I can do that, and we can make a video. Or do more like a Zoom kind of situation, a Zoom call. We have the technology to be able to do that. Most things can be solved by a regular phone call, but sometimes I might need to see something just to make sure that we're talking about the same thing. So click the link in the description if you're interested in that. If my schedule is booked out too far in advance for you, catch me here every Tuesday and Thursday. We go live here, just like we are now. We go live here every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 noon Central Time. You can catch me here and have your question ready, and I'll do my best to get to you. And if I don't know it, somebody in the room probably will. If I don't know the answer, somebody in the room may be able to help me. Big Mike says he's building a custom RV for Halloween. Yeah, cool. Send me some pictures, Mike, whenever you get it spruced up. Mike Irwin. Late again. We're just about to get out of here, Mike Irwin, but thank you for stopping by. Yep, that's going to be it, guys. I will see everybody on Thursday, not tomorrow, but the next day. Please come back. The garage is now closed.